to all our viewers out there. My name is Heinrich Neetling and welcome to Mathematical Literacy. In today's lesson, we'll focus on quartiles and box and whisker graphs. Now, before I start with the lesson, I want to quickly check something with you. Did you know that according to the CAPS policy, you are not expected to draw a box and whisker plot, but you are required, however, to locate the 5-number summary and also to interpret graphs in terms of its shape and the spread of the data. Okay, so remember that moving forward. All right, so let's see what exactly I'll expect of you this afternoon or in this lesson. All right, so by the end of this lesson, you should be able to define and calculate the range. Okay, also you must be able to define and calculate the interquartile range. Thereafter, we will look at the 5-number summary. All right, and then moving forward, we'll look at interpreting box and whisker plots. And then lastly, very important, we have to be able to perform calculations based on a box and whisker plot. All right, so let's quickly look at, in terms of our concept map, what we will be dealing with this afternoon. So we'll start with the measures of spread, and I'll say a bit more once we get to that point. And thereafter, we look at box and whisker plots. Now let's get some background, right? So measures of spread, what exactly do I mean when I refer to measures of spread? So I've indicated here that a measure of spread is a value that provides an indication of how spread out, right? How spread out the data is. In other words, are all the data values very close together? Are they clustered? Or are they very far apart? Meaning, are they dispersed? All right, so looking at the measures of spread, normally there are two types of measures of spread now. And what we'll be working with today is our range as well as our interquartile range. Okay, so let's move on. So some quick practice, right? So please get your calculator, your pen and your book. So question 1, I'm asking here to define the term range. So what is the range? So we indicate that the range is the difference, right? The difference between the highest value and our lowest value. So that is our range, the difference between the highest value and our lowest value. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So remember, the word difference means that I subtract. Question number 2, write the abbreviation IQR in full. So if I look at the IQR, IQR stands for interquartile range. So this is the interquartile range. Now at this moment in time, I think you may wonder, why am I asking you these straightforward questions? Remember, data handling forms part of paper 1, and in paper 1, question 1, we'll ask you level 1 questions. And what I am doing now is exactly what you can expect in paper 1, question 1. All right, let's move now to question number 3. It says here, calculate the range for the following set of data. Remember what is the range? And we said we've answered that in question 1. It's the difference between the highest and the lowest value. Now let's quickly locate our highest value. So I have 23, 78, 12, 22, 55, 34, 83, 13, and 33. So looking at our data set, we agree that 83 is our highest value. Then also, we must find our lowest value, right? So looking at this, the lowest value will definitely be 12. Okay, so always remember, start with our formula first. So I'm saying the range equals highest value minus lowest value. And I'm going to abbreviate it as H and L. H for highest value, L for lowest value. Now I'm going to substitute what is highest value, that's 83, minus our lowest value, that will give us 12. Right, so 83 minus 12, that will give us an answer of 71. Right, you are more than welcome to check with me. Make sure that you type in, work with me as we move along with this lesson. Right, let's see our next question. At question number 4, we are asking here, what is the formula for calculating the interquartile range? Right? Remember, we indicated interquartile range abbreviation is IQR, interquartile range. Now we are saying, in order to calculate the interquartile range, we take quartile 3 minus our quartile 1. So interquartile range equals quartile 3 minus quartile 1. I hope that is clear to all of you. Guys, just some other important information you should be familiar with. Remember, when we work with box and whisker plots, we need the 5-number summary. Now, what is the 5-number summary? So we have our minimum value and obviously the maximum value, right? Then we have our quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. Right? We'll say a bit more as we move on. Now, these values help us to describe the spread of the data and are required to draw a box and whisker plot. Okay? Then also a box and whisker plot, what exactly is that? It's basically a graph, right, that shows the spread or the distribution of the data by using a number line. All right, so I hope all of that is clear to you guys. All right, and just to give you an idea, that's what a box and whisker plot looks like. All right, okay, let's quickly look at some other important words. A quartile, we are saying here it's one of 3 values in a data set that divide the data set into 4 equal parts. Okay? Then also, as already explained to you, the range is the difference between the highest and the lowest value. Then also important to know is that the interquartile range is the difference between the upper and the lower quartiles, and this range normally contains the middle 50% of the data. Then lastly, and you should be familiar with this, is that ascending order means you write your numbers right from the smallest value to the highest value. And you'll see this is especially important as we move along with this lesson. All right, what else is important? The lower quartile is also known as the first quartile or quartile 1. And this is the median of the lower half of your data. Then we have our median. We know median is also the middle value, also known as quartile 2. And I indicated here is the middle number in a group of data listed from lowest to highest, meaning in ascending order. And then we have our upper quartile, also known as the third quartile or quartile 3. And this is the median of your upper half of your data. Guys, I hope this background put you at ease. Let's quickly take a short advert break. After the break, we put all of this into practice. See you now.